DMA have been doing a study into social data integration. It's actually really useful today. We've got a number of experts coming in from different sectors, and we're going to actually be able to explore behind some of the issues which have been raised in the survey, and so we're going to try and sort of really understand what issues are facing marketeers. It's really good to be able to actually speak to people who are experts in the field and actually find out what's really going on, and also look to the future a bit so we can find out what are the issues they're going to be facing in the next few years.
From our perspective, for customers that we deal with, it's who has recently downloaded a white paper on a Canon photocopier, for example, and you know they're in the market for that. What's the prime time to be able to reach them? And social media allows you to do that because it gives the data in real time.
We were talking about the ability now to enrich your own database using social media data. That tracks as well this sort of move from we were used to dealing with very structured data.
An understanding for each client where that data comes from. It's not the same for everybody, but being able to have access to those sources and get it in a dynamic way.
And we're learning as we go along as well, which is interesting because with structured data it was easy, it was, knew it inside out, and now it's, well, this is what the customer's looking for, go into the marketplace to try and find it for them. That's not quite right, but if you add this supplier vendor with this vendor and this vendor, we'll get to the sweet spot that they want.
As we move to more and more data, we can't process these things or respond to them or react to them.
The storage and the enablement and the access to it, we really have to rethink because the volumes of data are growing exponentially.
Just doing sort of like basic sort of data hygiene, it seems to be core to the direct marketing business. It just isn't core to advertising.
It's going to need to be some best practice imposed or industry governance.
Lots of consumers actually don't understand what happens to their data. Those of us who are in the industry, we have an idea of what goes on and we can see how much further it's going.
I think it's control over voice. I don't necessarily think it's right, speaking as someone who would be benefiting from the alternative, but absolutely you can control the message, you can control the speed, you have complete control, but you might not have the skills.
Brands find it a little bit scary to go social because it's actually losing control of their brand and the image and what goes on around it, and they kind of want to keep control of it, but they want to go out as well. And it's like, well, you can't really have it both ways. The joy of agency side also is the fact that you see so much different stuff in different places.
Subject matter expertise.
But it's much quicker to get that learning, whereas I think if it's only done in-house, you have to be much more aggressive in terms of going out and seeing what else is happening in the marketplace.
The ability to get stuff done probably increases if you're internal, but knowing what needs to be done sort of goes through the floor.
This is how we've always done it, why not keep doing it this way? It works, but you don't know if it could be better.
Because often I think in organisations, because it's quite niche, they can come siloed as well.
The pros and cons of in-house versus outsourcing social. From my perspective, in-house you get an element of control about the conversation, so you can immediately respond in your voice and tone. However, if you outsource, you get a much better range of skills and expertise in the industry.